Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley. Today, we are back with the predictions. It's been about a month and a half. Here we are. So, last week, I went to 6 games in 5 days. It was a great time. I'm back on the road tonight. If you're seeing this on Tuesday at Northland Christian versus West Platte, that's a 3-hour drive for me. So, cut into the prediction time today. So, unfortunately, no graphics today. So, no scoreboards, I should say. We wouldn't have had the finals anyways because we didn't have a video last week, so we would have only had 3 anyways in the first place. But we will have 0 because I'm on a bit of a fast track here, so I can get up to that game. It's pretty big. Northland Christian is number 2 in Class 1, and West Platte just outside of the Class 3 rankings at number 11, number 12-ish range. So let's get straight into it here. We'll start off with Class 1, the April 14th games. That is tonight. Hermitage versus Dadeville. I will go with Dadeville in this one. They've got 7 straight wins against Hermitage. They went 4-1 this past week in Wheatland. Looks like they're clicking right now. I think they continue to roll here. Northeast Cairo versus Sturgeon. I'm interested in this game. I got to see Cairo this past week. It was on Monday. They played Fayette. They're super aggressive on the base paths. I think that's going to cause some trouble here for Sturgeon. Cairo's got 4 straight wins against Sturgeon. I could see him making it 5 here. Sturgeon is letting up 6.5 runs per game on average. I think Cairo really causes some trouble there with the defense in this one. Northland Christian versus West Platte, our game tonight. I'm going with the home team, Northland Christian. They actually just beat West Platte this weekend in a wood bat tournament 7-1. Now back with the metal bats, and it's a home field advantage for Northland Christian. They are scoring 9.8 runs per game. I'm really excited to see this one. I believe this one ends up being a little closer, but I still lean Northland here. On the 16th, we have St. Elizabeth versus South Callaway. This is going to be our Class 1 game of the week. I'm leaning St. Elizabeth here. They are split 5-5 in the matchup history in the past 10 years. But I've got St. Elizabeth at number 1 in Class 1. I think, the record is somewhat deceiving at 6-5, but they played a really tough schedule so far, and I think they continue to roll here against a team that is also 2 classes above them, continuing that tough schedule here. April 17th, that is this Friday, Orrin versus Alton. I will go with Orrin in this one. This is their first ever listed matchup on the Misha site. They are in need of a big win here. Alton is ranked in Class 2, so this is where they do it. The Eagles, they were a really solid team last year. I believe we had them at number 1 going into the playoffs. Right now, they are unranked in Class 1. I think this is a good start for them to get back into the top 10. Otterville versus St. Paul Lutheran, also on the 17th. Give me St. Paul Lutheran. They are undefeated this year, and I think that continues. I mean, they're a team that's right outside of the rankings in Class 2. I think they just need to put together some more good wins here. I think Otterville is a solid start. Otterville is sitting around 500 right now, but still, this would be a solid one for them on the road. St. Paul Lutheran of Concordia is scoring 11.2 runs per game. I think they have another big offensive night with an Otterville team that has been giving up a pretty good amount of runs here. Let's go on to Class 2, April 14th, back to today. East Carter versus Saxony Lutheran. I'm excited for this one. East Carter, they are 7-5 right now. Not the most beautiful record, but they've really challenged themselves. I think this is another challenge. Saxony Lutheran, only 1 loss this year, but we'll see if they're really about it. I think they've played some easier games in this one, so we'll see. This is a prove-it game for both teams. East Carter, even being 7-5, they still have an average of a +5 win rate or win differential, run differential. So I think they're like averaging 7-ish runs a game, allowing 2 with a 7-5 record. This is a really competitive team. Got them outside the rankings. I think they need to stack together some big wins in these next 1 or 2 weeks, and then we could get them into the top 10. Tipton versus New Bloomfield. This one may surprise some people. I'm going to take New Bloomfield in this one. They've had a really good start to the year so far, beating teams like Eugene and Fayette. They are 6-3 against Tipton over the past 10 years. They're scoring 9.4 runs per game. The bats are hot for New Bloomfield right now. I think they win it. On the 16th, Hartville versus Norwood. This is a big rivalry on the basketball court. I'm sure they produce on the diamond as well here. I will take Hartville. They are 8-3 against Norwood over the past 10 years. Both teams are ranked, Norwood in Class 1 and Hartville in Class 2. Both teams similar averages, but Hartville, they really take the lead there in the common opponents right now. Shout out Easton, not on the videos this year, unfortunately, because he's up in Marshall. But hey, he was always big on those common opponents. I'm looking at him too. I think Hartville wins it. On the 16th, Faith Christian versus Kearney. This is going to be interesting. We've got Faith Christian at number 1 in Class 2. Kearney is in Class 5. I believe they're 10-6 right now. They played a really tough schedule. I think it just comes down to levels. I mean, Kearney's playing really crazy competition. They're 3 classes up. I think that really plays into what I'm thinking here. But I think this is an upset watch. If we want to call it an upset, I mean, the number 1 team in Class 2, if you want to call them upsetting Kearney, I'm 50-50 on this one, really. But I will lean Kearney here. Gainesville versus Licking is the Class 2 game of the week. Gainesville sitting at number 4 in Class 2. Licking on the road at Gainesville. They are number 4 in Class 3. I will take Licking here. They're 2-0 in the matchup history. I expect a high-scoring matchup here. Gainesville, they are averaging 8.4 runs per game, and Licking, 10.3. That is incredible. The bats are hot for Licking. I think they win it. Salisbury versus Schuyler County. That is Monday, the 20th. I believe that Salisbury will win this one, although they're down 3-4 in the matchup history since 2017. I have them evening it here, going 4-4. Schuyler County, I think this is another one that has a high-scoring potential. Schuyler County, 7.5 runs per game on average. Salisbury sitting at 10.2. So I think we got 2 fun games there that we just listed off. Class 3, back to today, the 14th, Scott City versus Leopold. I'm taking Scott City. I put them at number 5 in my rankings in Class 3. They're looking better against Commons with Leopold, and they're winning their games by 10.1 on average, their run differential. I think this is a really good Scott City team, and I believe they continue rolling. Palmyra versus Clark County. That one is tonight, the 14th. I went back and forth on this one. Clark County got a really good win against Centralia about a week back. But Palmyra, they're coming off a really solid win against an out-of-state team. I think they continue to build off of that. They're 10-5 against Clark County over the past 10 years. Those 2 teams play a lot, 15 and 10 years. And both teams, the pitching staff needs to get it together, allowing 5 or more runs a game on average. I will lean the home team, Palmyra Panthers here. Mid-Buchanan versus Park Hill South. This is another one like we were talking about with Faith Christian and Kearney. It just ends up probably coming down to levels. I mean, Park Hill South in Class 6. Mid-Buchanan obviously is Class 3. Park Hill South is 10-8 this year. They're 3-0 in the matchup history. In their past 10 games, in 5 of those, so half of them, they've scored 10 or more runs. The bats are hot right now. I'm taking the Panthers in this one. Fatima versus Southern Boone. We're talking the opposite of what I just said. I expect a pitcher's duel in this one. Fatima, the bats are slumping right now, if we're going to be honest. Under 5 runs a game. But if I looked at it correctly, I don't have the intel, but I believe Blake Clethermus will be on the mound. Their ace. I believe it's an ace bump day for them. So it's going to be big against Southern Boone. I believe Southern Boone will pitch someone good as well here. I don't know if it'll be their ace or their 2, but Southern Boone 10-4 against Fatima in the past 10 years. Like I said, Fatima bats, they're slumping. I will take Southern Boone here in our Class 3 game of the week. On the 16th, Stockton versus Diamond. Now, Stockton has the matchup history 6-0 since 2017, but Diamond's coming off a big win over number 6 Ashgrove last night. I think they build off of that and beat Stockton here. You know, coming off a statement win, that's the best time to get hot. They're at 7-5 right now. I think they improved to 8-5 this season. Centralia versus Mexico on the 16th. This is our last one of the video. I went back and forth on this one because Mexico is a good team, but I'm leaning Centralia here, 5-4 in the matchup history since 2016. The Panthers are hot. They're scoring 11.5 runs per game. They even beat Class 6 Battle a few weeks back. I'm excited for this team. Only one loss right now. I think, it's only up from here for these guys. And even if they lose this Mexico game, not a big deal. Continue on through the weekend and rack up some more wins. I think Centralia will take it, though. Got to get on the road now. I will go ahead and edit this video, hopefully get it up around 3:30. And Northland Christian will be my film tonight, and I will have that up on Wednesday night, as well as the large school rankings classes 4 through 6. That's all we got for today. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. We'll see you next time.